Hello and welcome to Won't Be Forgetting That, the podcast talking about all of the most awkward and embarrassing moments of people working in the arts and entertainment industry. I'm your podcast host, Seb Muirhead, and today we have a guest. They are a stunt actor, a rigger, an assistant stunt coordinator, Heather Burridge.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
It's very good to be here.
Oh, someone's nervous. No, I'm joking. Please relax. As
This is the bit where I start crying.
You were crying when I arrived, which I was a little bit unsure of. But Heather did say she'd just put in eye drops. I never saw any eye drops.
I promise I had.
It sounds like lies. It sounds like lies. But we'll move on from bullying Heather into some compliments first off. So Heather, not only are you a disgustingly talented stunt performer, you're also what we mentioned in the introduction, a rigger and assistant stunt coordinator. Do you maybe want to tell some of these beautiful perverts listening what those two things actually mean?
Including what a stunt performer is?
No, I think we've had Will Jones, friend of the podcast, on before, so I think we've got stunt performer. And if you don't know what a stunt performer is, just watch any action movie. So people wear a wig and get kicked down the stairs instead of, I don't know, any of your beautiful Hollywood stars.
A stunt rigger is someone who uses ropes and pulleys to lift up a performer into the air to simulate, say, an explosion. Yeah. Being blown away from an explosion, or to fly someone around the room like a superhero. And an assistant stunt coordinator is essentially the main assistant to the stunt coordinator, funnily enough.
Yeah, almost described the name, I realised. But the assistant stunt coordinator, so in Australia, certainly, your stunt coordinator is in charge of all of the stunts.
Yeah.
They are the be-all and end-all of the stunts on set. If you're ever going to work on set and they don't have a stunt coordinator and ask you to do stunts, politely decline, because that is not safe.
Yep.
But the assistant stunt coordinator is essentially the second in charge.
Yeah. So they'll help with things like booking people. Yep. They'll help with risk assessments, basically anything behind the scenes that needs to be done.
Yeah. If
they
you're
will
scared of the
assist
stunt
with.
coordinator on the day, you go up to the assistant stunt coordinator and be like, I accidentally stuck this weapon or this prop weapon in a mug and broke it. Can I get another one, please? That's essentially they're there to stop you getting yelled at as much.
Yep.
As well.
They're slightly less scary sometimes. That being the key
Not
word.
Heather, but other people are
I'm
less
terrifying.
scary.
I'm intimidating.
The meanest person. She bullied me to get onto this podcast.
I did.
Well.
I did. I pushed so hard.
Literally, she pushed me down several flights of stairs. And that wasn't even at stunt training as well. That was just in general life. But so that's a little bit more of a background. And then with stunt rigger, like you were saying, it's people flying around the place essentially.
Yeah.
So if it looks like you're getting shot by a little cough. If it looks like you're getting shot by an energy ball and you're flying through a wall, it's not all just CGI. It is these poor people getting strapped up into massive harnesses and getting thrown through fake brick walls, admittedly, but it still fucking hurts.
Or into brick walls, which are sometimes
real brick walls.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not all just fake. Everybody gets slammed into things, and sometimes you can wear pads, and sometimes you're a female stunt performer and wear a tiny little dress.
Yes, and
don't
no
get anything.
pads. Nope.
No pads, and you have to be very slight because every female actor is very slight, so you have a muscle to stop you hurting yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice?
But enough of this little pity party. We've got you on because, again, very talented stunt performer, but we also have a lot more experience in a lot of the other behind-the-scenes stuff as well. Now, again, friend of the show, Will Jones, did mention to me, I realised I thought it was on his episode, but it wasn't. It was behind the scenes. A little story about yourself almost running over an extra. I was wondering if we wanted to start with that story
we can start with that. Yeah.
Not so much embarrassing, mostly just dangerous, I think, on the extras' behalf.
Confusing, yeah.
Which most interactions with extras, and God bless you if you are an extra, you make movies run as far as a lot of the larger scenes, but some of you are very bizarre human beings.
Yeah.
But yes, sorry, we've got an extra almost getting ran over. Again, completely their own fault, but we'll let you tell the story.
This was on La Brea, season 1. So I think, because I listened to Will's podcast,
Yes.
He has told some stories from the exact same scene.
Yeah, so La Brea's American TV show, but shot here. We're both based in Melbourne, shot here in Melbourne. And you can quite clearly see a lot of Melbourne landmarks in it.
Yes, yep.
But most viewers probably wouldn't recognise that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were filming one of the very first sequences where everybody, where the sinkhole first opens up and everybody.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Oh yes, sorry, spoilers. Everybody's running away from the sinkhole, and just before the sinkhole opens up, there's a bunch of cars driving through the shot.
Yeah.
And
so these are all stunt drivers as well. We don't, not just random cars, not just extras as well. It's professional stunt drivers which know exactly what they're doing, have exact marks to hit. Yeah, I presume as well you knew your exact route.
Oh yes, yeah. We all had our timings. I knew which car I had to go before and after. I knew I thought I knew exactly what was going on.
Yep.
Then everybody else gets put into the scene. All the casual passers-by.
Which are extras.
Which are, for the majority, for the most part, extras.
And again, they are told by the third AD, so the third assistant director, what is going on. So they're giving clear instructions. I presume I wasn't there on the day, though, but were they told
so far
exactly
as I'm
what to
aware,
do?
they were told exactly what to... Well, Yeah.
We're all going to say yes, they were told exactly what to do, because I guarantee this person was just acting completely on their own volition.
Yeah. So we've done a bunch of takes before, and we get probably the fifth or so take of this particular scene. And I'm driving through just at a normal, just driving through a set of traffic lights, essentially.
Yeah. How fast would you say you were going?
30 maybe, not particularly fast,
30.
which in all honesty, 30 k's an hour.
Yes, yeah.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, well, I would not like to be hit by a car at that speed at all.
No. And out of the blue, an extra walks out of the crowd. Well, actually runs out of the crowd, slams her hand, as I'm driving through, slams her hands onto the bonnet of the car and goes, "I'm walking here."
Just like,
and then walks off again.
What's his name? Oh my God. Rain Man.
Yes. Yeah. It was exactly, I can't, that's what it's from.
That I don't think it's from that film as well, but Dustin Hoffman. Is that his name? Please call in now if you remember this actor.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people screaming at their phones. But yes, that actor.
So obviously I'm going 30.
Yeah.
No warning whatsoever. Slam the brakes on.
Jesus.
And then she just walks off again. And obviously there's people coming behind me, so they've slammed their brakes on as well. And I finished, I kept going, pulled up at the end, and the assistant stunt coordinator came up to me and was like, "Heather, what happened?" And I was like, "What?" Just an extra came out and ran in front of me and slammed her hands on the bonnet. Was she told to do that? And he went, "I don't think so."
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I don't think so. Which one was it? And so I pointed out in the crowd which one of the extras it was.
Yep.
And he went up to her and went, "So, why'd you do this?" And she said to him, apparently, because my friend dared me to.
So, that's a great excuse to risk your life on a film set, I reckon.
What?
It's genuinely amazing what some people will do because I think from an outside, I've only been in the stunt profession for maybe 1 or 2 years now, so Heather's much more experienced than me. But from an outsider's perspective, you're like, yeah, stunt people can do everything. They'll just happily flip a car on last second notice without being told anything different. So you're like,
they'll slam the brakes on. They've definitely seen me.
Yeah, it's a perfectly executed dance. All stunt driving, every choreographed fight you've seen, it's all been rehearsed and practiced, and everyone knows everything to a T. So if you throw in something mad like that, you might get hit by a car.
Gosh. But so
well done.
Good choice.
First off.
Good choice extra.
Yeah. Whenever they say make a bold choice as well, that's mostly for actors in a safe respect.
Yeah.
If you're an extra, never do that, please.
It didn't make the cut, just by the way.
Really?
No.
Did you ever, a lot of the times with film, you never get to see a lot of the outtakes as well. Did they ever have that floating around?
As far as I'm aware, no, I've never seen it. And I have now, obviously, since seen the scene, I see myself flash past camera, probably 30 milliseconds.
Oh, okay.
That's so all that I was in that scene.
Definitely worth that extra risking their life for then, in that case. That's so if anyone at NBC is listening, if you have that outtake, please send it through to the podcast. But yeah, that stuff's genuinely amazing. And I'm sure you've got plenty of stories with extras as well. Even from the couple of times we have worked together, we've had some very interesting extras that have tried to make their way into the scene. Everybody wants to be a stunt performer. They want to be part of the action. And for the most part, That's very kind of you, but we're fine.
I have been slapped in the face by a fish.
Wait, what?
Hang on. I have been slapped in the face with a fish by an extra.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
sorry.
a
I didn't
better-
think the fish slapped you. Yes.
No, yes. Yeah.
What? Sorry. What?
Yeah. We were doing a, I won't say what this film was.
That's okay. It's all right. I'm going to find out after the podcast, though.
Another crowd sequence. We were running around terrified from another.
From
set
extras
of-
with fish.
Yeah. And like out of the blue, randomly, whack.
A real fish?
I doubt it. To be
okay.
honest.
All right. Big fish or little fish?
I would guess this was a prop fish. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're just running around screaming. And then midway through the take, wham!
Right in your face. Right across it. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at that. It is very funny, but...
I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really.
Are we talking tuna or minnow as well?
Yeah, my fish knowledge is fairly limited,
I'd say
I'm
a
afraid.
small salmon from what Heather's holding up. With her. I'm not a fish person.
Oh, yeah, in case you can't see through the audio.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're looking at about, I'd say small salmon size. So that's a decent enough fish to get. I mean, I suppose, getting smacked in the face, prop or not, that sucks. We don't want to get hit in the head. I know we're paid to make it look like we hurt ourselves, but for the most part, we try and avoid smacking each other in the head with anything.
I didn't say anything about that one.
Really?
No, I was a bit taken aback.
Yeah, fair enough. You just went and found your own fish and found that extra afterwards. You picked up a tuna and you're like, what's this motherfucker?
Well,
There's
next take, you don't know what you've got coming.
Yeah. So any up and coming actors, any extras listening, please do not improv action with stunt performers. We love fighting each other, but it's
we
all
laugh
choreographed.
about it.
Yeah.
But yes, things could go a lot worse than what they have so far. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if that was a prop sword or something like that. If someone comes up and stabs you, those prop swords still hurt.
Yeah.
So, please don't hit anyone, fish or not, in the face.
Yeah.
But moving on to some of our stories we've come prepared with now.
Yeah, those.
You were saying that you have a few of them grouped together in certain, some of them are car related.
I have yep.
Do you have any particular order you want to start off in? I always like to leave the best or worst story to last sometimes. Keep all these weirdos listening till the end. But completely up to yourself. I don't want to put you on the spot. Do you have any ones you want to start off with at all?
Okay, we'll finish with the one where I thought I'd ended my career.
Oh, shit. Yeah, fuck. Oh, I'm definitely excited for the end anyway.
So, we'll start with a car story.
Okay. Another car story.
Another car story. Yeah.
Less dangerous or more dangerous, this one?
Probably. Oh, yeah, probably more.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Oopsie.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
No, please tell. Please tell.
So I got into stunts when I was 17 years old.
Jesus.
And my parents could not drive manual cars. Oh. So I was never taught to drive a manual.
That's always baffled me. I'm from Scotland originally, and we only have manual cars.
Yeah.
So getting to Australia, I was like, this is like driving a go-kart with all these fun little automatic cars. But you first time driving a manual was in stunts?
Not on set.
Oh, okay.
No.
Thank God.
I was pretty clear about the fact that
Yeah.
I couldn't drive a manual. So this was one of my very first stunt jobs. It was on Wolf Creek.
Oh, the TV show or the
TV
film?
show.
Yeah, nice.
We were shooting in Adelaide. And we'd all the Melbourne stunties had travelled together on the plane. And then when we got to the to Adelaide Airport, we picked up a car. It was a manual.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, so is this not even on set, this story
No,
then?
this isn't even on set. This is
Jesus
travelling.
Christ.
This is travelling to set.
Fuck. All right, okay. I'm nervous now.
Oh no. So we were shooting right in the centre of outback Adelaide.
Oh, so just dust.
Yeah. Long straight highways.
Jesus, yeah.
And we'd had a lot of fun.
Okay.
Because the fastest car in the world is a rental car,
Yeah, of course.
as
yeah.
you know.
Because it's not
And
your car.
Stunties and stunt drivers.
Yeah.
Yes. So some
Hijinks were had.
some hijinks were had.
Yep.
We
Not
were not in
naming
a
any
rental
names.
car, not at all.
Nope.
Nope, no names. Nothing happened.
We're going to say allegedly at the start of all this as well, in case Hertz Rent a Car are going to come after us. Rent-a-bomb, if you're listening, this is allegedly.
This didn't happen. I'm making this up.
Yep.
So they decided, okay, we'll teach Heather to drive a manual. And this is out in the middle of outback Adelaide, so on
Yeah,
these really
right.
straight highways.
Again, probably the best thing to learn in a rental car, because you're not going to completely destroy your own gearbox.
No,
Yeah.
no. So they got me in the driver's seat, and we were basically just practicing changing up and down gears.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Really easy, really simple. And then it came to turning around on the highway. And this highway was slightly raised off the rest of the desert,
so
basically.
Like the water, whenever it rains, can all flow off it?
Yeah. So it had little dips on either side.
Yeah.
And so when I came to do my 3-point turn or whatever it was, I did it like you normally would in an automatic. I pulled in off the side of the road, got the nose a little bit down the dip.
Yeah, okay.
And then realised I had never done a reverse hill start.
Yeah.
Well, I'd never done a hill start and I'd never been in reverse in a manual.
Hill starts are not the easiest things to start with as well in manual cars, especially in a ditch and in reverse. Mm-hmm. So I'm presuming this went well. With 3 stunties, one of which was a coordinator, one of which was an assistant coordinator. So you're scared as it is. Oh, terrified.
Don't mess this up, don't mess this up, don't mess it. Anyway, so I got my nose in down the ditch, stalled the car.
Yep, of course. To be expected, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was probably about dawn at the dusk at the time.
Oh, okay.
So it was getting dark.
Yep, nice.
So I stalled it the first time. 2 little lights appear on the highway in the distance behind us.
And I'm going to give a little bit of backstory for anyone that doesn't live in Australia. Sometimes traveling those long dirt roads, you get land trains, which are incredibly long. I don't know, like 4-carriage lorries essentially, but they don't have the best braking on them as far as like a sudden stop.
No.
So we don't know exactly what was coming in the distance. Were you able to tell?
No, we had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, there were lights coming.
Yeah,
That's all I could see.
Oh, fun.
So I'd stalled it once. Chris Weir. This is Chris Weir, just so, yeah.
Fantastic Melbourne
Give it a name now.
Yeah. Can't edit this out if we need to.
He goes, it's okay, have another go.
Yep.
Turn the car back on, stall it a second time. The 2 little lights get that tiny little bit closer in the distance.
Nice. Just that impending doom on the horizon. Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. Go again. Turn the car back on, stall it a 3rd time.
Okay, 3rd time's a charm. Yep.
The 2 little lights are getting
less little
in the distance.
Okay.
So I turn to Chris and I go, are you sure you don't want to swap?
Yep.
This is probably the last point where we have enough time to...
Oh, goodbye microphone.
The last point where we have enough time to swap seats and him get us out of the situation.
Yeah, okay. So the 4th stall's going to be troubling.
If I stall a 4th time, we're going to be in a spot of bother.
Okay.
Also, because we're sideways across the highway now. Yep. So our lights aren't pointing towards
so they might not even know you're there.
No.
Oh, exciting.
No, you'll be fine.
Yep.
You can do this, Heather. Oh, gosh. Turn the car on a 4th time. Manage, before I stall it, to get the nose of the car around just enough out of the ditch so that I'm off the road.
Yep. Nice.
About 5 seconds later, the car goes...
Oh, shit.
Straight past us.
And I'm, guessing 110 or something like that kilometers an hour from the other car?
Fast.
Yeah, nice.
Would have been very bad.
Oh, I would imagine for both parties involved, that would have not been a good ending.
Yep. So, yes, that is the story of the time where I nearly killed technically 4 stunties.
Not even on set as well.
Not even on set.
Yeah.
I can now drive a manual for anyone who's wondering. I have a manual car.
So anyone listening, you can hire Heather to actually not
don't
kill
panic.
everyone in a manual car.
Yep. This was like 8 years ago.
Yeah, fuck.
Don't worry.
That would have been, I mean, like, how old were you at the time?
Ooh, 19 maybe.
19-year-old with very experienced stunties in the car. I would have been shitting my pants.
Yep.
Yeah, and I am sweating just listening to it as well. Congratulations on everyone not dying, though. I do have to say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
so well done on that respect.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Otherwise, this the future of Melbourne stunts would have been quite different, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, if we're moving on from any very near-death experiences offset, do we have anything that's slightly less terrifying? Or do we have the other car stories as well?
Another car story.
Near-death car story?
No.
Okay,
no.
thank
This
God.
was
I can
just
relax a bit now.
An embarrassing car story.
Oh, thank God. All right.
Training day. And we were practicing doing some sliding car moves.
Yeah, cool. So like, sorry, do you want to explain what sliding maybe is for people that aren't quite as experienced drivers as yourself?
Essentially, lock the brakes on.
Yep.
And the car skids instead of just going straight.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that was an excellent explanation.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah. So, like almost what I suppose people would think like drifting almost is. So
Yeah.
the car's sliding in that.
Yeah. So this was at a time where I'd never tried a reverse whip before. And a reverse whip is where you're in reverse and then you turn the steering wheel suddenly.
Yep.
And the car flips from going backwards into forwards.
When you say flips, it doesn't.
Oh, it
come
doesn't
off the ground.
actually come off the ground.
The front whips around.
Yeah, the front whips around, and then you knock it into drive, and
look
off you go.
fully
forwards.
sick doing it, and then I don't know. Tom Cruise takes credit for it, or something like
Yeah.
that. Allegedly as well. Tom, if you want to come on the podcast, I'm not saying anything bad about you.
Yes. So, I was in the driver's seat. I had another stunty in the passenger seat, and I'd never tried one before. And he told me what to do.
Yep.
And I went to flick the steering, obviously in reverse.
Yep.
Went to flick the steering wheel, and the front of the car didn't catch on the ground.
Oh.
And so the front of the car never started skidding.
Oh.
So instead of like whipping around, I just drove in reverse and turned a corner, essentially.
Oh, lovely.
And I crashed straight into the guy who was in the passenger seat's car
Oh, fuck.
at, I don't know, probably 40 k in reverse. Whoopsie.
So
maybe it was slower than that, but it felt like it was.
Any crash feels fast. How were the cars?
Yeah. I smashed his tail light quite badly.
Okay. How was your car?
I had managed to smash only one panel.
Yep.
So I had somehow avoided knocking the wheel on one side.
Okay.
As in, like, hitting the wheel in.
Yeah.
And I had missed the headlight of the car
Oh,
somehow.
okay, that's
so I
very
hit
good.
on my front left side. I'd missed the headlight. And I had managed just to damage one panel. So after I'd finished all this and I'd got over the shock of...
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Oh, it
I've
feels
just
awful.
destroyed- Oh, I hate
feels
it. Yeah.
so awful. Like, oh, dear.
It's like, and for anyone listening as well, like, we're not, like, no matter how successful you are at any level of the film industry, unless you're the highest up level, we don't have money to burn on, like, I'll just buy a new Mercedes. You're like, oh, fuck, I'm
Yeah,
going to have
it's
to
like, I've
drive
just
a
written
very dented car now. Yeah.
I've just written off, and it was at the time, it was my real car as well, because I didn't have enough money for two cars, and I had a car that didn't have ABS or anything, so it was great for doing skids.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, went straight to the wreckers.
Oh.
Found myself another Honda Civic. Replaced the panel, good
Yep.
for new.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Not so good for him. That
No,
dent
okay.
is still in his car.
Oh, is it?
Sorry, but it was his stunt car, thankfully.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like, not as bad then.
Yeah.
But if you do want to make a public apology to them, then absolutely feel free to. But yeah,
Sorry.
I've also done some stunt driving courses as well. The most recent one I went on, we had to lock up the brakes, and then at last second, we had to release the brakes and swerve out the way of some traffic cones. And my car that I have, I drive a soccer mum's car, so I cannot, for the life of me, understand how to disable ABS. So that's the anti-brake lock system, which is a very important safety feature in cars, but not if you're wanting to do stunts in cars. So I used my partner's car on the day, like driving partner, sorry, their car, which they had also a soccer mum car, but we could disable the ABS in their car. And I was getting closer and closer each time to the traffic cone. I was like, I'm going to leave this to like absolute last seconds, which was unfortunately a little bit past the last second, and smashed into a traffic cone, like a pretty decent sized witch's hat, which just exploded. Like I could not find most of the, I don't know where it went. It disintegrated, but it did leave a bit of a dent in the front of their car, unfortunately. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'll fix this. They were super lovely about it. But I was like, I feel so bad for the rest of the day. I'm like, fuck, I'm such an idiot. Luckily, I wasn't the only person that day. Myself and another Melbourne stunty who I won't name did exactly the same thing, because we were trying to get as close as humanly possible to these cones.
Yeah.
And he also exploded that cone. Like, I cannot, like, it looked like they'd been blown up by pyrotechnics. They just disintegrated. There was nothing left but the base of those cones. So yeah, I know how you feel.
I actually got lucky with the reverse whip.
Yeah.
The very next training day we had, which was say a month later, we were doing a different stunt, and I had to slide in sideways, and he, the other stunty, the exact same stunty as the last time, had to do a precision stop, so stop on an exact mark so that he wouldn't T-bone me.
Wow. Fuck, that's
so yeah,
terrifying.
coming from opposite directions, I'm coming in sideways, he's coming in front on. And in one of the takes we did of that, did not stop on the mark.
Oh,
Straight into the side. I mean, it wasn't hard. It wasn't like a big T-bone or anything, but it was like a little dunk.
Whoa.
I just blanked myself.
Yeah, no, you could swear away. I would absolutely scream fuck on the day.
Yeah.
So he came for revenge, is what
He
you're
did
saying.
come for revenge.
Oh, so name and shame this person.
Yeah.
Fuck the apology. Who's this motherfucker?
So yes, then I felt a lot better.
Yeah. So you
Which
just
is good.
playing 1-for-1 now? So next time that you're doing a stunt
It's
day
my
with
turn.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whether he's in his car or not, you're going to start knocking him over? Yeah. Okay. So that's good to know. So next time you're both on set together.
Oh, there's probably going to be carnage.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Terrifying.
Good thing I
Ooh,
haven't
wonder who
named it
this
because
is
we're
as
never
well.
going to be on set at the same time ever again now.
Oh.
Lucky I didn't name him.
Because of this or because of other reasons?
No.
Okay.
No.
I
Because
was like,
if I out him,
okay. He's
nobody
coming
will
for
hire
you.
us together because we're good at hitting each other.
And again, in the stunt profession, look like you want to hit each other. We don't actually want to hit each other. Unless it's a little tackle or something like that, then you have to. But we're never wanting to punch each other in the face.
No.
Although it does happen.
Oh, yep.
But we never want to hit each other in the face, essentially. We try as much as we can not to hit each other. Whereas if extras start joining in on things, they can occasionally get hit by things. There's been plenty of stories, and they're not my stories to tell, but plenty of stories of stunties being like, this extra keeps hitting me with this prop, so I'm going to give them a little pop back with another prop in return next time, just to give them a heads up they're not allowed to do this.
No, I've never done that. What are you talking about?
I wasn't mentioning you here, Heather, but I would love to hear this story.
No.
Okay.
No.
No fish returns.
No.
Okay.
I
Swiftly
think we're
moving
not
on
going
to
to
the
do
next
that
story in that case then. Yes, swiftly moving on. We're professionals here. Is that all of our all of our car related stories as well then?
Well, that I can remember for the time being.
Well, if any more pop up, please do tell. Do you have another group of stories? Maybe hitting extras. Do you have any more of those stories?
No, I think we'll stick away from hitting extras.
Okay. Well, call in if you want to hear this. DM Heather $5 to our PayPal. Maybe she can tell you. No. But, sorry, what are some of the other stories we've actually come prepared with?
Ooh. Okay. So, La Brea again.
Yes, okay.
It was a good one for some not so good stories.
Yeah. So again, season 1 and 2 you worked on as well. I was only
Yes.
season 2 myself. But that show filmed here for months on end for both seasons. So a lot of Melbourne people got work on it. I'm very excited to hear what this story is because I know a lot of them already, but I'm
Yep.
sure our listeners don't. So
Yep.
was this season 1 or 2?
This was season 1 again.
Yep, right.
And we were shooting in this little, they'd made this village. They'd made a whole,
Yeah, right.
literally made a whole village. It had straw huts. It had tree houses. Like,
Very impressive
it
village.
was
yeah.
it was a proper
village.
proper
yeah.
village. It was incredible.
For anyone that hasn't seen the show as well, they travel back in time and these are like, was it 10,000 BC?
Yeah, they were a
something
little old.
Very bizarre.
Yeah.
But like very much of those era, that's when the village was set in world.
yeah.
Yeah.
So at this particular moment, the cameras were shooting down in the main village, which
Yep.
is where all the straw huts were.
Yeah.
And me and my other stunt friends were setting up for a later stunt in the day
Yeah, right.
in this tree house. So basically, they just wanted us to to rig a stunty up into the tree so that they couldn't fall out into the
Yeah,
tree
right.
house, because the tree house was like, I don't know, 5 meters tall or something.
Yeah. So it's not like the wire work that you mentioned before. So they're not flying out. or
No,
anything,
there's no
it's just
flying through the air.
safety.
It's just a safety line.
Yeah,
just making
cool.
sure they can't fall out no matter what they do.
No matter how excited they get and try to
Yeah.
leap out of a tree.
So on this, the straw huts they had,
Yep.
each of them had this little bowl of smouldering coal, or I don't know what it was. It was a special effects rig sort of thing.
Yeah, right.
And it was to make it look like the huts had, you know, that little spire of smoke?
Oh,
the
yeah.
really pretty little...
Like the huts had like a fire going inside them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they wanted that look. And so each of these straw huts had, a little bowl of smouldering coal-y stuff
very
on top
nice.
of them. And this particular day was very windy.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So was this, and you don't have to answer this, out in the Yuyangs area as well?
I think so.
Yeah, so
I think so.
beautiful rolling hills, which the wind just catches and is a fucking nightmare to film in.
Yeah.
That area is great for getting sunburn, like flooded, and getting wind rash all in the same day.
Yeah. So, yes, wind plus smouldery stuff.
Yeah. In
Doesn't
a
mix so well.
straw
And a
brew.
straw hut.
Yeah.
What's going to happen here?
So I'm going to presume nothing good.
Nothing. Yeah, no. So, surprise, surprise. Cinder blows out of the little coal thing that's on top of the roof and lights one of the straw huts on fire. And they'd planned for this to maybe happen.
Yep.
So we all had fire extinguishers on standby. We
Yeah.
had one up at our tree house because our tree house had a similar
Oh, did it? Okay,
similar
cool.
setup in it. They had some down the bottom. And we heard over the radio, hey guys, the hut's a little bit of it's on fire. Can might want to put this out.
Might want to.
Someone
If you have time.
someone goes up to it and puts an extinguisher on it.
Oh, nice.
Within the space of about 5 seconds, the whole side of the hut was on fire.
Holy shit.
The whole
Yeah.
It went from tiny little no problem
Yep.
smouldery straw hut to half the hut's on fire.
Wow.
In probably 5 seconds.
Well, I mean, admittedly, that makes a lot of sense in hindsight because all that fire needs is a bit of oxygen and a bit of fuel, which is the straw, and it's gone. And yeah, a lot of wind that day providing the oxygen and a lot of straw for the fuel.
Yeah. So they come over the radio. Anybody with a fire extinguisher, come down here, put this hut out right now.
Holy shit. Wow.
So we run down with our fire extinguishers. And in the meantime, they had a fire truck on standby as well.
Oh, wow.
Fire trucks got into position. Everybody stepped back. Fire trucks put out the straw hut.
Jesus.
So, woohoo, that was exciting.
Yep.
We're laughing in hindsight about what's just happened.
Yeah, for sure. Just that relief of like,
Yeah.
fuck, that could have been a lot worse, but it wasn't.
And so we all went on lunch.
Yeah.
They'd put out, by the way, now all
Yep.
of the little smouldering things on top of the huts.
Makes they're like that. The rest will be fine.
Yeah, it'll
Get
be
them
fine
after
for the
lunch.
rest of the day. Yes, so we'd all gone on lunch,
Okay.
but nobody could get to they could have got to it, but nobody thought about putting the one in our treehouse out.
Oh fuck.
Because the treehouse is also not a straw hut. It's not obviously made of straw. It's
Yeah.
made of wood.
Made of
It's a
tree.
Treehouse. So nobody thought about it.
Yeah.
Nobody went up there because you can't get up there without a scissor lift. Oh. So we're sitting on lunch, eating lunch. Me and one of my other friends, stunties, were
Yeah.
eating together on a log. And suddenly we get this call over the radio on Stunt Channel. Hey, very calm voice,
Yep.
just by the way. Are there any stunties available to come to the treehouse, please? It's on fire.
Okay.
And me and my friend turn to each other, look at each other in horror, get up and sprint to this treehouse,
Yeah, right.
get in the scissor lift, take them up. They spray the whole treehouse down with another extinguisher.
Holy shit.
So what had happened was the bowl that they'd had the cinders in,
Yeah.
they'd screwed it into this wooden stake so that
Okay.
it was like, imagine a stake sticking into the ground.
Yep.
Which was bolted onto the treehouse. And then the little bowl that held the cinders
Yep.
had been screwed onto the top of the stake.
Okay, so it's like an elevated bowl then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this screw had heated up so much because of the coals
Holy shit.
that it had burnt through the stake at the base of the bowl.
Jesus Christ.
And then the bowl had then broke because it was heavy.
Yeah.
Broke the stake because it had burnt through.
Oh my God.
And then all the cinders had tipped out onto the treehouse.
Oh, perfect.
Set the treehouse on fire.
So what are we talking? Like a towering inferno or like smouldering treehouse?
Small. We're talking inferno enough that people could see it.
Oh shit. Okay, that's pretty decent.
Because we didn't, nobody noticed for a little bit. Because obviously it's 6 minutes. You don't really...
No, and everyone's on lunch as
Everybody's
well.
on lunch.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what's happening.
Like fires only happen during production time. Like on lunch, nothing's allowed to happen.
A big enough fire that... Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
And I think it's important to mention, was the stunty still up there at that time or were they on lunch?
Yes. No stunty up there. Nobody
Yep.
was watching this fire. Stunty had come down for lunch.
Yeah, the stunty just standing there and like, I can see this might be a problem, but they've all left me up here, and so I'm not going to say anything.
So, yes, that was the day
You tried to burn down La Brea.
we tried to burn down La Brea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unsuccessfully
Oopsie.
as well.
Yeah.
Which again, I suppose is fortunate, but yeah. And nobody was like injured in this as well.
Nobody was injured,
So just
no.
funny little stories.
Yeah. No.
Hello. Now, before we get into our next story, I've got to tell you the main reason why I'm able to fumble through my awkward and embarrassing day-to-day occasions. Coffee. Now, fortunately for myself and all of the listeners, we have paired with one of Melbourne's best coffee companies, Coffee on Q, a coffee worth talking about. Get ready to caffeinate yourself through your next awkward moment with Coffee on Q's signature Elevate blend. Crafted in-house with precision, each sip delivers delightful flavour notes of strawberry, chocolate and marmalade. And here's the deal you won't want to miss. Coffee on Q is offering an exclusive discount to all our listeners. Simply use the code WBFT15 at checkout to enjoy an incredible 15% off all coffee purchases. That's right, WBFT15 is a key to savings, making sure you're properly awake to remember your next big embarrassing moment. Now, this code is valid for all coffee products, so make sure you stock up on your favourites. And the best part? You can use the code WBFT15 as many times as you like. So don't miss out on the opportunity to enjoy the finest coffee Melbourne has to offer. Simply visit Coffee on Q, and that's QCUE.com.au, and enter the discount code WBFT15 at checkout to unlock 15% off your next coffee order. That's WBFT15 at coffeeonq.com.au. Coffee on Q, where awkward moments pair perfectly with your daily cup. Any other sets you've tried to burn down then since? Or before that? Because I know you've been on fire a lot yourself, but not set fire to anything else.
I'd say, and this is a question we get asked a lot as stunt performers, I'd say probably my favourite, or the stunt that my favourite stunt that I've ever done was a fire burn that I did on the clearing.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So it was a head burn. The girl, it's come out now, so I'm allowed to talk about this. Just
spoiler
have to think
alert
about that
again
for a second.
for the clearing, but it is released now on Disney Plus if you do want to check it out.
She gets high. The character who I'm playing is high on drugs and sets herself on fire.
And that's why you don't do drugs, kids.
Yes.
That will happen.
Hair on fire. So I got to do this stunt essentially for real, just safely for real, obviously.
Yeah, because that's what a lot of people ask as well. Like, it's all CGI, right? And you're like,
no.
No, you were fully on fire, right?
Yeah. So I had a box of matches. I had to light the match, put it to my hair, and then my hair goes up in flames.
Now, your hair, is that a wig?
It was a wig.
Yes, okay. Heather's
just
not
to be
sitting
clear.
here bald just now.
I have done that though.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. The training burn, sidetrack. Yeah. Training burn that I did. I had a balaclava on, but I don't think the balaclava, it mustn't have been fully over my hair.
Yeah.
Because I could hear during this burn, I could hear my hair sizzling in my ear.
Oh my God,
and it wasn't hurting.
Weird noise.
It wasn't hurting me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, do I call it and stop my hair burning? Nah, I'll keep doing the burn.
That's a fucking professional right there.
So I came away with singed hair, but yes, I have heard my own hair sizzling in my ears.
That must have smelled awful as well.
It did smell awful.
Yeah.
And it smelled awful after the clearing too. But yes,
did it?
this was, I had this massive big ginger wig on.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yes, it was my favourite stunt because it's one of the only times I think I have managed to fully immerse myself in a character. I was nervous in the days leading up to it. I was very nervous in the days
Don't know
leading
how
up
you're
to
not,
it, actually.
to be honest. Yeah.
Because fire burn, head burn, things can go wrong. And then it came to doing it on the day, and I suppose kudos to my safety team. They were amazing because like they provided me with a place that I could perform.
Yeah, fantastic.
The way.
And that's so important as well, because
yeah.
I think a lot of people don't understand that with stunts is you still need to perform as well, regardless of what action you're doing. Like you're still quote unquote acting, because you're not just standing there and then getting shot and be like, bang, all right, I fall over, I'm done, bye. Like you still need to perform. So
they were amazing.
So it's great that they allowed you to do that as well.
Yeah, it felt super safe. But yeah, it just, like it was a very surreal experience.
I'm not surprised. I'm like, so for people that aren't maybe as familiar with burns, so you can do like a small burn, which is just part of you. You can do a full body, and then a head as well, where your head's on fire. Yeah, which is none of that CGI.
The fuel, and I'd not done a burn quite like it before the clearing. The fuel was in my hair, which is very
terrifying.
I've never had that before. Usually the fuel's like on your arms or your legs.
Clothing,
and so you can kind of keep it away from your face if you put your arm in the air.
Yeah,
flame rises. So.
And with a fire burn as well, do you want to maybe explain like what some of the safety precautions are? We don't just throw petrol on people and be like, just wait it out, mate.
Just burn.
Yeah.
So you get coated in, we call it water gel.
It's like you get thickened water.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Essentially, I think it is just thickened water, chemicals. And so you get coated in that, and you wear, it's called Nomex. They're basically just cotton pajamas. Yeah. That's been soaked in water gel as well. And depending on who you do the burn with, sometimes you'll wear a wetsuit, which will be also a lot of the time coated in water gel. So anyway, you just get coated in layers of stuff.
There's so many layers of things before the actual fire gets to your skin. Yeah. Because your skin isn't fire retardant, obviously. Yeah. But all the layers are. So they're to protect you.
So you have to be careful with the burn because you're wearing so many layers of protection, when you start feeling warmth, even after you're put out, the warmth will keep seeping through. So you will keep getting warmer and warmer and warmer and warmer even after you've been put out. So you have to be aware that when you do a burn, you need to call it early. Don't wait until, I can't take this anymore.
Too hot now, and there's always people on standby with like little squeezy bottles of water to put out certain parts on you. There's always multiple people with fire extinguishers as well. So like it's all very safe. Yeah. And then you get your face coated up and all that. Oh, yeah, you get it all over your face.
Goop. They shove it up your nostrils.
That is some
of the
weirdest.
Snort it up there. It's
horrible.
Disgusting.
And in your ears as well. So they have to put it right in your ears, because anywhere that fire can like catch, so any folds on your body, I suppose.
Yeah, and they put it in your, like, over your eyes as well.
It's the weirdest thing.
It's very claustrophobic.
It really is,
because you can't hear. Yep. You can't breathe through your nose. You're not, when you do a burn, you're not supposed to breathe.
No, because the fire can get into your mouth, which is even like more terrifying as well. Yeah. And God, I mean, kudos to you. That was a fucking amazing burn. Yeah. But it's also the weirdest thing, because you're absolutely freezing beforehand, because that gel, the thickened water is so cold. So you'll always see people standing before a burn like shivering, which you're like, oh, are they nervous? You're like, oh, probably, but they're probably fucking freezing as well. So it's such a strange thing.
Oh, they're cold. Yeah. Burns are freezing. They're not generally warm.
Yeah. Because then you're like, I want to be set on fire because I'm so cold. Yeah. But yeah, like it's, if you ever get to see it in person, it is so much more fantastical than on camera. Yeah. I think it looks great on camera as well, but there's such a disconnect when people watch things on camera, especially now. They're like, oh, it's CGI. Yeah. Like it's all just fake. But you're like, you see it in person, you can feel the heat coming off of the flames. Like I've been so lucky to set someone on fire in a scene as well, just like a training burn. But you're like, you feel it rush onto you and you're not protected. Oh, you can be depending on what the burn is. But like you're just standing there in your costume and you're like, this is fucking sick.
And you can hear it as well. Like when you can hear the flame, especially obviously when it's on your head. Yeah.
In your like hair. That's fucking amazing. Yeah. God, that's terrifying.
Oh, it was I can't remember what the word is. Weirdly calming. Because I think because this character wanted to be on fire, and the director had told me beforehand. I'd asked her, like, do you want there to be any pain? Is she just euphoric? And no pain, all euphoria. And I had to, I was dancing around doing this weird interpretive dance.
Did you get to practice the dance beforehand?
I did get to practice the dance beforehand. There is some hilarious footage out there of me doing this.
How did that feel? I would have felt like such an arse.
Yes, but also I somehow got myself into that place.
Yeah,
of, this is my character.
That's so good.
This is what I have to do. I'm going to forget about what the rest of what anybody thinks about me.
All of your friends on the stunt team filming you, being like, this is great. This is so good.
It was very, weirdly euphoric.
No, that's so cool.
So bad, but
it doesn't. That sounds fucking sick.
I'm on fire. Yeah, it was.
That's what you want.
Really
from a
strange
performance
feeling
as well, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Do you know what episode that's on, so people can come in or go and check it out?
I think it's episode 5. I will have to double check that.
That's all right. I'll pop it in the show notes anyway afterwards for anyone that does want to see it. Watch all of The Clearing as well. Support Australian-made things, please. It's on Disney Plus if you have it, so go and check it out.
It's the very beginning of episode 5.
Yeah, it's all been released now as well, I'm fairly certain. Yeah. So again, sorry if we spoiled it for you. But
thankfully, my character was not a major character in the plot line. So you know what? This doesn't actually...
It's not a massive
not too many spoilers here.
But that's still so cool as well. But yeah, enough about your amazing performances. How about some more embarrassing or awkward stuff?
Some more embarrassing ones.
Yeah. Do you have anything else lined up as well? Or do you have any more groupings of them?
So how about a painful, the most painful stunt I've ever done?
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
This was a bike, as in a push bike stunt. And honestly, this was just training. It's so stupid in hindsight.
Oh, training's where most people get injured, I think. That's the only place I've had proper injuries is training. Because you're trying things you want to see if they work or not. And you probably push yourself a little further than maybe you should sometimes, but you need to get out of that comfort zone.
Just for, what's the word? For reference.
Yep.
I have broken quite a lot of bones.
Humble brag.
No. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. It was a humble brag, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Broken quite a lot of bones.
So here's one thing I love doing whenever stunties are on. What are all your injuries that you've broken bones with? As soon as anybody injures themselves in the stunt world, they're like, oh yeah, that's real bad. I once broke my arm in 12 places. It's stupid.
I
think they're trying to make you feel better, but everyone wants to tell their war stories as well. So do you want to give us a quick little laundry list of all your broken bones?
And this wasn't all through stunts, actually. Yep. The only one of these that was through stunts was one broken ankle.
Oh, okay. Just one broken ankle.
One broken ankle. I've broken my back. I've smashed out my front teeth. I've broken my ankles 5 times in total. Well, technically, actually, 4 of them were the ankle and 1 of them was my knee.
Oh, but that's still horrible.
Yeah. I think that's the... I've split my lip, like, properly.
Doing like a Joker
motion. Doing like a little joke. Yes, Joker style. I've split my lip.
So Heather's on the lookout for the next Joker role as well. Whenever Joaquin Phoenix steps down.
Yes. So for context, there's been a fair bit of pain that's gone on before.
Yeah. Breaking your back's fucked as well. That's impressive.
Yeah. Whoopsies. Throwing javelins.
But what?
So I used to throw javelins competitively, and I was quite thin.
Oh, okay.
And just the javelin motion, kind of like imagine a cricket bowler or imagine a javelin thrower.
That probably works as well, yeah.
But yes, just that motion over and over again put so much stress on my lower back.
What?
And I stress fractured it, and then I didn't know, and I kept competing.
Of course,
and then eventually got to one competition where it went all the way through one of them.
That's fucked.
And I went, I think there might be something wrong. So I went and got scans and oopsies.
Oopsies. That's not how I'd imagine most people to react when they find out they've broken their back. But holy shit. So just like from the amount of torque that you were using to throw the javelin.
Just over and over again. Because it was stress fractured until
until it was fractured.
Until it was fractured.
Yeah, that's fucked. Yeah. Anyway, I'm so sorry. But back to the bicycle.
It's just to give some context.
Yeah. Of how tough Heather is.
No. So we were practicing these stunts where we were riding along on the bike and we were just getting pushed off the bike in any way.
Yep.
And we were doing this particular one where my friend was throwing a bag into my face and I was having to like react my head backwards and then fall off the bike.
Okay. Falling off the bike backwards or just whatever way you
Whatever way
Okay.
ended up happening.
Yep.
And we did it a couple of times and we just weren't getting, like, it wasn't looking good enough.
Yeah.
Just weren't getting the reaction we wanted. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go for one and I'm going to chuck this as hard as I possibly can.
Okay.
So she threw the bag into my face and the bike I was riding, by the way, was way too big for me. I was actually having to jump up onto the pedals to start riding.
Christ. How big's this fucking bike?
It was a bit way too big.
Big bike. Jesus.
Big bike.
So you're on.
Didn't want to ruin our good bikes.
Oh, no, fair enough. So you're on a penny farthing then.
Yeah.
Somebody was hawking a backpack 12 feet up to you.
Yeah. She throws the bag in my face and I threw my hand, I pushed backwards off the handlebars as hard as I possibly could.
Okay.
Whipped my head back as hard as I possibly could.
Okay.
And I threw my upper body back so hard that I pushed my butt off the seat forwards. So I've slipped forwards off the bike and I've dropped onto the middle bar of the bike.
Is this the higher middle bar or like a lower middle bar?
The higher middle bar.
Great, the nutcracker.
And because the bike was too big for me, my feet couldn't touch the ground on either side of the middle bar.
Yeah.
And so going at speed on this bike, I've fallen onto the centre bar. Yep.
Yeah. I think we all get the picture.
I bounced off the centre bar and then crumpled essentially onto the ground.
So everything, that entire area just took the full force of you throwing yourself off onto a metal bar.
Yep.
And bounced. Bouncing is impressive. I mean, not a good thing, but that's impressive.
Gosh, I've got the footage.
Wow. Maybe we can share that onto the Instagram.
It's on my Instagram.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah,
fuck, we're going to find that.
You'll have to go back. You'll have to find some very embarrassing things on the way. But
that's what our Instagrams are for,
quite a long way back on my Instagram.
That's
bounced
fucked.
off the centre bar. I was lying on the ground in the fetal position for probably 10 minutes.
Jesus.
Blood. Bad.
Oh my God. I mean, I want to ask so many questions about this. I do realize this is such an inappropriate area to ask questions about as well, though. So I'm gonna, we can edit out whatever we need to. And I do apologize if I ask anything that's untoward as well. But what was bleeding?
What you'd think.
Did it?
I had crushed.
Did you need to get stitches?
No.
Oh my God.
No.
What?
It's just,
So, I mean, again, as well, and Heather's currently cringing away as well, as am I. I'm sweating. I'm not doing well with this story. But, so, like, you're there, like, fetal position for 10 minutes as well.
And my friend was standing over me laughing too for 10 minutes.
All right,
there was no concern going on here. This was just, you're an idiot.
10 minutes is like, you think 10 minutes is a short amount of time. When you're injured or like directly after an injury, there's so many things running through your head. You're like, have I ruined that for life? What is going on? Why isn't the pain subsiding?
I've ruined it. That's it.
That is fucked. So was it just you and your friend? Was there a group of people?
No, we were just on an oval.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So from a passerby, all they've seen is somebody piffing a bag at you, you completely destroying between your legs and lying bleeding on an oval as your friend laughs at you. Which the person, if they have seen this, maybe has no context of that person is your friend. Like, they've just seen somebody smack you in the face with a bag, destroy you, and then laugh over your lifeless body.
Nobody came to see me. Nobody cared. Thanks, world.
How dare you, world?
I know. Oh.
So did you have to go to hospital, or did you just walk
I wasn't going to take that. I couldn't sit. I remember not being able to sit on anything.
Oh my God.
For days.
It was fucked.
So painful, and it was it was worse than breaking my ankles.
That's so funny. Yeah, because sometimes you're like, give me a break. Like, at least I know a clean break. Like, and this sounds stupid as well. I fully get that, but give me a clean break, not like a disgusting break, but a clean, nice little fracture in my leg or something. I was like, I know what's happening here. I know this is going to fix itself. It's not embarrassing to go to the hospital with. I can have my friends check it out for me, like, over destroying any part of you in that respect. That is fucked.
Oh.
Did your friends, after they'd laughed at you, show any care?
No.
No, wow. Did you
Not
have to
that I
drive
remember.
home?
Probably.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I reckon yeah.
How did that drive go?
I don't remember, which probably means extraordinarily well.
Oh my God.
Not. I've blocked it out.
Just Heather, just like sweating, bleeding, not being able to sit down in a car. That sucks. And also, I love that this is now the second genital-based injury from a stunt performer I've had on the podcast. Anyone listening, go back and listen to Will Jones' episode. I don't want to give it away too much, but he was injured by an animal in the genitals on set once as well. So that sucks.
Oh, gosh.
So I'm glad to hear that every single stunt performer has some sort of genital injury as well. Because it does happen. I mean, it sucks.
Oh, yep.
They're probably the place that you pad up the least as well a lot of the time. Yeah.
Oh, I just didn't think about it.
No, of course. But in hindsight, I mean, that would make a lot of sense that was probably one of the worst areas.
It looked good, though.
Yeah, did it?
Oh,
Look,
bouncing off
as long as you got the
footage.
take. Yeah. And as long as you're still somewhat functioning.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my gosh.
So, I'm also very happy that you shared that for the world to hear as well.
Oh, yeah. Have fun with that world.
Yeah. Please don't mention don't mention Heather asking about it as well for all you weirdos listening.
Oh.
Yeah. Did that take long to heal?
I don't remember. I do remember not being able to sit down.
Wow.
I just like sitting on my bed probably the day after and going, no, I'm getting back up again. This isn't good. And I can't stand up either very well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Did you have a job that you had to go to straight away after
No,
that?
I mustn't have done because I don't remember being...
Calling up and be like, I'm so sorry. This is going to sound made up, but I have broken this part of my body.
Oh, I've turned up to work. A long time ago, this again was one of my first stunts. I did a car hit.
Yeah, so you got hit by a car.
Oh yeah, I got hit by a car. And I
on purpose this time as well.
You
were just an extra wandering out in front of a car.
I didn't run. I'm walking here. I'm not insane, not really.
Just insane enough to do stunts for a living.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose I did walk in front of the car, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh well. Yes, I did a car hit, and I did this car hit quite a number of times.
Yeah, right.
And I went to work the next day to rigging, and I could barely walk. I was useless. Like
wow.
Standing in the hall we were in.
Walking
I can't move.
Doll. Yeah.
I can't move my head. I can't move my back.
Because that's it as well. People are like, oh, you must like, none of this hurts you. And you're like, this, like,
oh my gosh, it hurts.
It fucking hurts, man. Yeah. Number of time which I'm like, I get home and I've done nowhere near as many stunt jobs as you, but you get home and you've got like bruises all up your arm. You're like, I didn't even feel that on the day. And then a couple of days afterwards, you're like, that fucking hurts, man.
No, that happens all the time. I
Yeah.
think, because I think the adrenaline hits. Or
Yeah,
especially
right.
for me, it does, and I just get into character.
Yeah.
And I don't really care.
I really enjoyed doing a good performance as well. And I want to preface this by saying we are safe doing this as well. We're not just, some of us are fucking idiots. Yeah. Myself, I'm including in that. But we all train a lot and we do it very safely. Like, we're not just throwing ourselves down and be like, oh, sick, I've broken an arm, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Like, but you still are slamming into concrete a lot of the time.
Yeah. You don't lose control when you're performing.
Yeah.
Like, you don't let go. You
Yep.
just... I think I let instinct take over with the acting side of it.
Yeah.
And I use all of my control power in my brain to hold on to what I actually need to be doing, to the choreography and...
Exactly. But you still need to like make it look gnarly a lot of the time as well. And then sometimes you're just like, you don't realize that what you're doing, once it might not hurt, but then you do it like 20 times for a take and you're like, I remember doing a TV commercial where I had to fall over on like a sports field. And I was like, this is fine. And then, like, after the 20th take, I was like, my butt kind of hurts. And I got home and my entire butt cheek was just covered in, like, gravel rash. I was like, this looks fucked. I also want to show people this, but obviously cannot.
It's annoying when it's
I know, right?
It's like, damn it.
I know. And you're like, very good friends, yes. Like, I'm not going to turn up to stunt training and be like, hey, everyone, look at my butt. But then again, you're like, you do always kind of want to show your battle scars sometimes as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's very proud of them usually. Yeah. And again, every stunty wants to tell the story of when they injured themselves and
Oh yeah, when I broke this bone and
when
I
I
broke that bone.
smashed this. Yeah. But I still kept doing it. Yeah. I still kept pushing through. I'd lay on the floor for like half an hour and cried. But then after that, I did another take. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I went home and I cried. I didn't tell anyone on the day.
There's always a lot of crying in the car rides home. And that comes from every single crew member, cast member. I've had numerous breakdowns in a car. I think many friends of the show have said the same thing as well. So stunts is a weird one where you're kind of cast sometimes and kind of crew sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, but from working as an actor personally as well, I sat in the car, I'm like, that was the fucking worst thing I've ever done. I was so shit that day. I'm like, are they going to ask me back again tomorrow? That was so bad. I was standing in the water for like 12 hours and it was freezing cold and I just hate this job. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then you go back sometimes to this shitty little hotel room that you have and you're like, I miss everything.
Yeah.
I miss my family and friends. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Oh, it sucks. But then you turn up the next thing like, I don't want to do any other job. This is quite nice.
It's always like that.
Yeah. You get a free coffee and then people are quite nice to you and you're like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
this is nice.
Yeah.
Especially as an actor, I think you call them princesses.
Yes, I've been calling
we can edit that
Sever
out.
Princess
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, I've been away recently, just purely acting. So I've come back with a really like, inflated ego. And I expect everyone to always bring me coffees now as well. I'd actually really like a toasty. Can someone sort that out? Thank you so much.
Excuse me, you don't remember my coffee order?
Yeah.
You are never working again.
I actually can't do this equipment because I've got makeup on my hands and I can't ruin that. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, my costume.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
Sorry.
can't increase the costume as well,
Yeah.
which I personally hate. I've done so many. I constantly get cast as like a soldier or a cop, and you can never get those fucking costumes dirty. So every time you feel like you're a child because they tuck in napkins around your neck when you're eating your food, and they're like, "Don't eat that. Don't stand in the rain. Don't lean against this tree." And you're like, I feel like a child. I'm not allowed to do anything. I want to help people, but I can't. I'm just a dickhead. Even on La Brea, one of the days I was dressed as like a future guard or whatever, and we weren't allowed to get the costumes dirty, but they had the action of me getting kicked over by the performer, the much more successful, talented, beautiful performer on the day, and I had to get kicked over in the mud. But then we had to reset every take, and they'd get up, and the costume people had to constantly like wipe my bum because I had dirty bum. And I was like, I feel like a child, honestly. They're like poor costumers as well. They're just following you around, costume assists, just wiping you down. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't not get kicked in the mud though.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough of me being a child. Any more stories from yourself, or we wanted to bring it home with our worst/best story?
Yeah. We should probably, oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm excited now.
Oh, it's not that bad.
So we're thinking we may or may not have been blacklisted from the industry.
Oh dear. So me and I'm going to name him because he'll love it.
Oh, okay.
This is me and Gra, who is a stunt coordinator.
Yes.
In Melbourne.
Graham Jan.
Yeah.
Very talented stunt coordinator.
Yeah.
Super nice human being as well, which is, I think that goes further than a lot of professionalism as well. Sometimes being a nice human being really helps.
He is lovely. On this particular day on set.
Oh, are we naming the production or are we keeping that off the record?
Oh, it probably doesn't. It's. Oh, what
we
was
don't
it?
have to
I
as
don't
well.
actually remember what it was.
That's all right. Whilst we remember, I do want to say if there's any weird squeaky noises, I'm just moving around in the chair. I honestly keep moving. I'm like, it sounds like I'm farting.
I've got squeaky chairs.
Yeah, it's Heather's squeaky chairs, I promise. Anyway, enough of me not farting on the podcast.
Gosh, you hate my chairs.
Yeah, no, they're nice. I'm just a very sweaty boy, and wait, we're saving you guys. Couldn't take. That's the chair, by the way. But sorry, I'm so sweaty as a human being as well. But sorry, do we remember the production? We don't have to name it as well if you don't want to.
I genuinely can't remember
That's
what
quite
the
all right.
production
She's
was.
winking at me
It's
just
not-
now as well. So DM Heather $5 on PayPal. She will tell you.
Me and Gra were, let's call it playing a little game.
A professional game?
Professional game.
Okay.
Well, no. Well,
You have to pass the time on set however
I think
you
it
can.
started.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it started because one of us accidentally spilt water on the other one.
Accidentally.
This
in quotation marks.
is real accidentally at this
Yeah.
point.
Okay. So who started it?
I can't remember. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Oh.
What,
I don't know if this is
let's
professionalism,
say
not mentioning
I
that.
accidentally spilt some water on him.
Oh. So you started this thing.
I started this.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
As a hierarchy thing, Brat is higher up than both of us. Oh, fuck. All right.
So I accidentally spilt water on him.
Yep. A little bit? Just a
little bit.
Okay,
this was probably just a little bit of water on his shoe.
Okay. And then Gra and yourself in costume, or was this just casual?
we were both riggers, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you were just wearing your
normal
own work gear. Yeah. Okay.
Normal people.
Normal human beings, as much as a stunt crew can be.
Yep. And he, 10 minutes later, decided, okay, I'm going to return this.
Okay.
So he tipped a little bit of water back down my shoe.
Okay, all right. A little bit more? Equal amounts?
A little bit. I'd say a little bit more.
Oh,
a little bit more water.
Graz escalated it. Okay.
Yeah. So I went, okay, I'll one-up this.
Oh,
so I tipped a little bit more water on him.
Shoe, or are we moving on from the shoe now?
I think it was probably still in his shoe.
Right.
He returns one more. Pretty sure I got a little bit on my head.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
And then I was like, okay, let's one up this.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna tip a little bit of water in his hood, and then I'm gonna pull it up over his head.
Okay, personally, hilarious.
But I was like, okay, I'm not enough. I can't get enough water out of the can because we were drinking out of these water cans.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't get enough water out of these cans if I just tip it. Like, he's going to notice I'm tipping water into his hood before I've got enough water out.
5 seconds behind him and yeah.
This has to be fast.
Right.
So I got my knife.
Okay. Fuck, where's this going?
And I cut the top of this can.
Fully
so
off.
The whole, no, not fully
Oh,
off.
okay.
I cut a hole in the top of this can. I was like, okay, that looks good. That'll get a bit more water out quickly.
I also love how you just have a knife on you as well.
Oh, yes. That's pretty standard for
a professional knife.
For situations such as these, be careful of me.
Yeah.
I might.
If you see Heather on set or in the street, do not cross her. She is knifed up.
Probably a knife on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now I've got to pick my moment.
Okay.
So I've got my can and I'm sitting there inconspicuously.
Of course. Can in one hand, knife in the other.
And I saw my moment. And I took it.
Yep.
I tipped the can upside down into his hood, and I pulled the hood up over his head.
Okay. Are we talking about a full can of water as well?
Yeah.
That's a fair bit of water.
That was an accident.
Okay.
When I cut this hole, I was meaning, let's just get it out a little bit faster than the trickle of.
But you still had a full can of water.
Well, yes, but I just didn't expect how big of a hole I'd made.
Okay.
So all the water came out all in one.
Jesus. So we've got like 330 mils of water.
Yes.
Okay.
I tipped it all into his hood, and then I pulled it up over his head, and then I instantly regretted all of my life choices up until that point that led me to that moment.
Sure, Gra did as well. Now, did Gra bring you onto this production as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he maybe did.
So he was definitely he was definitely hating all of his life choices as well, life and professional choices.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
In hindsight, I think it was probably a good thing.
Okay.
I think it definitely. What's the word? Broke the ice. Broke
the ice. Broke the water.
Yeah.
Broke his spirits.
Definitely. Yeah. But anyway, so I've tipped all this water over my head, over his head.
Yep.
And then it hit me how much water I'd tipped down his back.
Showered him with.
Yeah. And for the next probably 5 minutes, I thought my career was over and I was going to be sent home.
Wow.
He, by the way, he was not angry in the slightest. He took this, he loved it.
Oh, wow.
Like, he took this so well.
Oh, wow.
Like, as I say, in hindsight, I think this actually probably did good things for my career.
Okay.
That does not mean you should go tip water down every co-ord's back. Just
Graz back. So if you're working with Graham Jan again on set, if you're a stunty, hell, if you're an actor, if you're a runner, shower him in water.
Yeah, like... Oh, no. Anyway.
But do not do this to coordinators, assistant coordinators. Don't do this to
maybe.
most people on set, I would say. Maybe just do this to Heather on set if you see her there.
Yeah, look. Yeah.
Can I ask
Might
as
have
well,
worked for me, but
was he completely drenched?
oh, it was a cold day as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was all down his back.
All down his
He
pants,
wasn't
I'd
completely
imagine.
drenched,
Yeah.
but this was a full can of water into his hood, which then leaked
Oh, everywhere.
everywhere
Yeah.
down the back.
And exterior, interior shots, like were you outside?
We were outside.
Oh, great. So he's just freezing cold and absolutely
Yeah.
soaking wet.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yes, for 5 minutes I thought my career was over. He was laughing, but still, like,
Laughing.
everybody else was looking at me like, you are a fucking
So
idiot.
loads of other people saw this.
Yeah.
How many people?
Oh, enough. Quite a few other stunties.
Yeah. Just stunties. Did any of the other crew see this?
Oh, I don't know.
The director's
I don't
just watching
know.
this being like-
oh yeah, this wasn't in the middle of set.
Okay, good.
Not quite that bad.
Just about when you were about to do a big pool?
No,
Like
I
a
reckon
big
this was on
pool?
lunch break or
Yeah,
something.
okay, cool. So you're away from most eyes.
Yeah. For the next 20 minutes, I thought, okay, my career's not over, but that was really dumb.
My day on set's definitely over.
Yeah. For the next week, I regretted my entire life.
I'm not surprised. I'm sure like Grad did as well, to be honest with you. That must have been a
took it so
horrible day
well.
afterwards.
Oh, no.
Poor guy as well. Like,
He loved it.
was there any recourse at all? Like, did he get you back?
No, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I came back. It was fine. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, it was completely fine. He really did actually, like, he thought it was funny.
Okay.
I did not.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah. Anyway.
He
so-
come back with a hose or anything like that?
So,
a bucket of water?
And this is still going now because there's no getting off this train.
Jesus, how long ago was this?
Ooh. 3 years, maybe.
Fuck.
2 years. I can't
Does it only
remember.
keep escalating from then as well?
Well, so it hasn't escalated yet, but
Okay, yet.
and if he listens to this,
Mm-hmm.
Gra, if you're listening,
Please don't.
I haven't forgotten. I think maybe you had forgotten. I'm sorry I've now reminded you because now I'm going to die.
Whose turn is it then?
It's his. It's still up to him.
Grat, if you are listening, please.
I think he was
pay back.
threatening to get one of those helicopter fire putter outers and drop that on me.
So things they use for like bushfires.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was the last threat.
He just bankrupts himself getting you back.
Yeah.
That's
So yes, I'm
impressive.
still waiting to hear about my demise.
Right. Did anything happen directly after the can of water in the hood? Did he get you back directly after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
He joked about it. We've
Okay.
got a pretty hilarious text conversation.
Oh,
Yes, for a while he remembered and he was telling me I was going to die by water.
wow. Jesus.
Not like that. But yes, I would highly recommend not doing that. Yeah.
Again, Heather is winking at this point as well. So if you're an upcoming stuntee and you want to make a good impression on a stunt coordinator,
There are easier methods. There are methods that will make you feel less guilty.
take them out for a coffee.
Yeah, that might work. Oh, I did that. Like,
Yeah, Heather was having a breakdown just now.
don't, yeah. I've made better life choices, I'll be honest.
Oh, really? Jesus Christ. Take them out for coffee and then throw water on them. It's a twofer.
Yeah, maybe choose another method.
Yeah.
Getting to know a coordinator. Just for your own conscience,
You're
even
saying,
if it works.
okay, fair enough. But you're saying this worked really well for you, so
Yeah.
I'm really on the fence now because I'm still in the early
you know
budgeting
what?
point of my stunt
You
career.
can give it a go.
I'm too scared to.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
wow.
curious.
That's terrifying. I also can't believe how much water you dumped
Oh
on
my
that
gosh,
poor,
neither
poor
can I.
man. That poor freezing cold man out in the middle of winter, outside as well.
I just didn't think.
Yeah. And look at it now. You're one of the most popular assistant stunt coordinators in all of, I was going to say Victoria, all of Australia.
Oh,
Yeah.
how very kind.
Heather did ask me to say that before the
Yeah,
podcast
I
started recording.
totally did.
She's holding this against me now as well. She's directly responsible for some of my hiring. So I have to say nice things to her. But again, DM me $5. I'll tell you all the horrible things about her. We can talk on Instagram.
Well, okay, this is how he's the method you're taking to get to know people. I see.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
Bad mouthing
True
them behind
colours
their back.
coming out.
Yeah. And hopefully getting $5 from strangers as well. Because God knows I'm not getting enough work just now. As I say, as I've just returned from a month in Tasmania and spent most of this week on set. So, like, it could be worse. I'm not complaining that much. But yeah, I think unless you have any other stories, we can wrap that up here.
I reckon we can wrap that up.
Okay, before Heather gets herself into any more
before
trouble.
I remind anyone else of bad things I did.
Thank you once again for coming on, and I presume not ending your career with any of these stories as well, but talking about some almost career-ending stories. And life-ending almost in some of them as well. I suppose that would end your career too, though.
I suppose that probably would, wouldn't
You
it?
can't have much of a career if you're not alive.
Yeah.
Posthumous career. But yes, if people want to find you, again, we did mention The Clearing, possibly episode 5 on Disney Plus if you want to see Heather on Fire. Any other shows that you have either coming up or any other particularly impressive things that you want people to check out?
When High Country comes out.
Yeah, nice. Just wrapped
That's what
filming?
I've just done. Yeah, I think we wrapped really recently, but that's what I was on most
recently. Australian, or sorry, Melbourne-based police drama, I think. Yeah. Sounds like a really
I think
good
that
fun.
comes out in early January next year.
Cool, perfect. I'll post about that on the socials when that comes out. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
If people want to follow you on the socials as well, what's
My
the
name,
handle?
Heather Burridge.
Heather Burridge?
No, just
dot.
my name. Somehow I managed to get my name.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'll pop all these in the show notes again as well. Just on Instagram, is it?
Yeah.
You're not on any of these other fucking Threads or X or any other
No.
dog shit
No.
like that.
Snapchat, TikTok.
Yeah. Or so if you want to send Heather a Snapchat, check out Heather Burridge. Please don't do that as well.
Oh, you won't find me. Good luck with that.
And also, if there is someone on there by that name, please don't message them because I don't know who that
I don't
is.
know who that is. Yeah.
Unless someone's impersonating Heather.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. The same as every week, you can find Won't Be Forgetting That pod across most of the socials. You can find myself, Seb Muirhead, on Instagram and YouTube. They're probably the only two good ones to check out. And then if you did enjoy this episode, please do rate it, review it. Sorry, English is my second language. Review it 5 stars. Pop a little review as well. If you can. Word of mouth is always super popular as well. Like, it really helps with podcasts. And yeah, once again, thank you very much, Heather.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Oh, how professional. Cheers.